Hey, what's going on, Lorain County High School football fans? Hard to believe we are heading into week 8 already, but here we are with another episode of The Blitz. I'm your host, Rock Ganushi, the one and only Kristen Bauer behind the camera as always, and let's dive into things. First and foremost, let's go back into week 7 and take a quick peek at what happened leading into what should be a very, very exciting week 8. And it was actually a record-holding week 7 for one man in particular. That was Lorain's Hyro Williams, a school record 7 touchdowns for Hyro and the Titans' 57-20 win over Warrensville Heights. I got to see him play once actually so far this year in person, and he is just as advertised. They use him in a number of different ways. They line him up all over the offense. He is a certified playmaker, and that was on display. Again, congratulations to Hyro Williams, a school record 7 touchdowns for the Lorain wideout in the Titans win over Warrensville Heights. 57-20 was the final score there. Elsewhere across Lorain County, we have 2 undefeated teams left in the county, one in the SWC, one in the Lorain County League, and of course it would be the Avon Eagles in the SWC. They are 7-0. They rolled to a 49-7 win over Berea Mid-Park this past Friday night. Avon has outscored their opponents 256-75 so far this season. So Coach Elder's Eagles dominant as ever on both sides of the ball, and we all know they'll be gunning for that state championship trophy this season. Of course, got to win the SWC and got to march through the playoffs first. Coach Elder will be the first to tell you that, but again, very high expectations for another talented Eagle team this season. And in the Lorain County League, the perfect team left there, that would be the Clearview Clippers. Now, they're just 6-0. Of course, they had to miss their game against Keystone earlier this season. That has since been rescheduled for later on this month, and I think we at WEOL are planning on covering that one. We'll have more info on that in the coming weeks, but the Clippers dominated Firelands this past Friday night. 28-6 was the final there. This Clipper defense has only surrendered 44 points so far this season, so Coach Collier's defense, they are lights out so far here in 2024. Very excited to see how Clearview finishes up the regular season heading into the postseason. Let's go out to Vermilion and talk about those Sailors. They are 6-1 now. They knocked off Port Clinton for the first time ever with both schools members of the Sandusky Bay Conference. So again, Vermilion knocking off Port Clinton for the first time ever in the SBC. They defeated the Redskins 36-27. And just again, this is a fantastic story for Sailor head coach Bill DeFucci and his young Vermilion team. From 2020 to 2023 last season, this Sailor team only won 7 games. Well, so far through 7 games here in 2024, they've won 6, so safe to say that Coach DeFucci has really started to turn around the culture over there at Vermilion, and this Sailor football program is right back where it needs to be. Still some work to do, of course. Coach DeFucci would be the first to tell you, but they are looking dang good here in 2024. Sailors will now be on Stream 2 this week, by the way, as they get set to entertain Huron. Again, that game will be on WEOL.com Stream 2 this week. And finally, for week 7, I want to talk about Avon Lake, keeping pace with Avon in that SWC. Both teams undefeated in the conference. The Shoremen blanked Elyria 28-0. So again, Avon having that perfect season at 7-0. Obviously, they're perfect in the conference at 4-0. Don't forget about Avon Lake. They sit at 5-2, but again, they're 4-0 in SWC play. So that sets up what should be an electric week 8 here in Lorain County. I'm going to start with Amherst here. They're getting set to host a struggling Elyria Pioneer team. But can the Comets bounce back? They started off 5-0. They've lost 2 in a row now. It started in week 6 with a home loss to Avon Lake. They got beat up over at Olmsted Falls this past Friday night in a game that I had with Gary Pelter over on WEOL Stream 2. So can Coach Thome get his team back on track, headed in the right direction? Can they finish strong here in 2024 as they get ready for postseason action? I'm looking at Amherst at home against Elyria this week. And then Olmsted Falls, just mentioned them, a huge win at home over those Comets this past Friday night. They'll visit Avon Lake this week in what is always a really entertaining SWC clash. So Falls and Lake will duke it out this week in the SWC. And elsewhere in the Lorain County League, some really good matchups in that conference as well. Brookside visits Black River. That should be a fun one out at Sullivan. Columbia visits Clearview, 2 of the top dogs in the conference going at it. And then Firelands visits Keystone. There could be some conference implications on the line there as well. Maybe more so for Keystone as they look to keep things rolling at the top of that Lorain County League. That'll be a game I'll the radio and Stream 1 on WEOL and on WEOL.com. So finally, before we say goodbye, I do want to tell you what's coming up on WEOL this Friday night for Week 8. As I just mentioned, Firelands at Keystone is our radio and Stream 1 game. Wildcats, some more on them. They put up over 300 rushing yards against Brookside this past Friday night. Can Coach Griswold's offense keep it going against a very stout Falcon defense? Huron at Vermilion, as I told you, is our Stream 2 game on WEOL.com. Big thanks to Sailor Athletic Director Andy Stillman for allowing us to come do that game this week. And then finally, our Medina County matchup on Stream 3. This should be a good one. Cleveland Heights visits Medina. Kind of a down year so far for the Bees here in 2024, but we'll see if they can kind of put that to rest and pick up a big home win over Cleveland Heights on Stream 3. Again, that's our Medina County matchup this week. So one more time, Firelands at Keystone on the radio in Stream 1, Huron at Vermilion on Stream 2, and then Cleveland Heights visits Medina on our Stream 3 matchup. So for Kristen Bauer behind the camera, I am your host, Rocco Nucci, saying thank you for watching another episode of The Blitz. Enjoy the Week 8 action, and we'll talk to you guys next time.